So today I want to show you guys a very stupid but hopefully very fun build that was my immediate first thought upon seeing that I like the maxi gun, and that is seeing how many gatlings and miniguns I can fit into a single build. And the answer is quite a lot. So I am excited to play this today. First and foremost, obviously the maxi gun. This thing's a lot of fun. I praised it a lot in my Python Commandos first impressions video. It is a blast against both the squids and the bugs. Against the bots, I don't love it as much. It's still fun just because it's fun to shoot, but it doesn't really do anything there that I really need out of my support weapon. On the other fronts, though, particularly probably the squids, I like it better against bug chaff, but as an overall support weapon, I think it's better on the squids, the best way to put it. Anyway, it's fun, shoots lots of bullet, very fast, make brain happy. I'm gonna keep it simple because this is an Oonga Boonga build. It is not uh, very refined. Still, this thing's really good against pretty much everything on the squid front except Leviathans. It is a little slower than you'd like against flesh mobs, but that's not that huge of a deal, and I have ways to mitigate that. I'm going to be bringing the Patriot Exosuit because it's got a Gatling gun on it. I wish I could put two Gatling guns on it. You know, customization when, but I can live with just one. It's pretty nice. I think it's statistically very similar to the maxi gun, except obviously it's got more ammo and you can move while shooting it. But the Patriot is just an extremely good exosuit against the squids. The Orbital Gatling Barrage. This thing has an insanely fast cooldown, does tons of damage, and is just a very flexible, useful stratagem against so many different targets. I really like it. You can't go wrong with putting this in your build pretty much ever on any front. It's just that good. It's never gonna like carry the mission for you, but it's also always gonna pull its weight as long as you use it even like half efficiently. The strafing run, because the strafing run is kind of the same way as the Gatling barrage, and even though it doesn't say Gatling anywhere in here, it shoots too fast to not be a minigun or a Gatling. I firmly believe this thing is like a A10 Warthog type deal. Maybe not as big of a Gatling gun, but a Gatling gun nevertheless. It's really good against the squids. Pops shields instantly, does tons of damage to everything else, and can cripple and straight up kill sometimes harvesters. Very good weapon. Now you may say that there are no Gatling primaries and secondaries, and you would be right. So I went for the second best thing, and that is how many barrels can I fit into my primary and secondary slot? And the answer is a lot. So they don't spin, but you know, they're halfway there to a Gatling gun. The variable is a gun I really like against the squids. It's a little janky, and I think the ergonomics and reload speed are a little too bad for what it is, but the total mode is really good against flesh mobs. It can one-tap harvester eyes, even if it's kind of a hard shot, and the other modes are also just generally pretty okay. They're nothing to write home about, but they are there if you do need something other than the total mode. This thing's a lot of fun, and it's got a lot of barrels, so I'm happy to bring it. In my secondary slot, I could only fit 3 barrels, unfortunately. There are no more barrels in this in this slot as of yet, and that is the Bushwhacker. Now the Bushwhacker is, I don't know, I tried it when the squids first came out because I really thought the volley mode, like the triple barrel fire, would do a lot against flesh mobs, and it kind of doesn't. Like, it's okay at finishing them off because it's still, I don't know, 1200 damage approximately, depending on durability, drag, spread, all the million variables this game has. But it's still a lot of damage that comes out really fast, so it's good to finish off targets, and it's got good stagger to deal with, especially the staff overseers when they get too close. Stagger doesn't matter that much against flesh mobs because they kind of ignore most of it. But this thing isn't terrible. It's also okay against Footless. It wouldn't be my first pick, but it's still good enough. And again, it's got a lot of barrels, so I'm bringing it. They don't spin, but that's okay. And of course, there is no Gatling grenade, even though that'd be really fun. A grenade that just shoots bullets in every direction. That would be a great idea, actually. I would absolutely try and make that work. But I'm just going to be taking gas. It's a little boring. I really can't think of any more appropriate grenade. They're all kind of the same, so I'm just going to pick the one I like and that is good, and that is gas grenades. And finally, for the armor, I'm going to take a Peak Physique because it makes the variable especially a lot smoother to use, and the maxi gun doesn't need it, but you can be a little more reactive with it, and it's a little easier to not get flanked, so it's still good synergy with it. And I'm taking the medium version, just so I don't get one-tapped by elevated overseers, because that happens a lot. And finally, vitality enhancement, just so I can survive a couple more hits, hopefully, against the squids. It's quite nice to be able to have just a little bit of extra HP, even though it is damage reduction, not HP, effective HP. But anyway, that is it for the build, so I will see you guys in the mission. So halfway through that mission, I fucking realized I just totally forgot about the Gatling sentry. I just forgot it was in the game, and that literally has the word Gatling in it. So I don't know what I'm cooking, but I restarted immediately. I was playing pretty poorly anyway, but I would have been amiss to not use the Gatling sentry in the Gatling video. I don't know what I was thinking, man. I was just like strolling around like, oh, oop-de-doo, and then I just think, man, I wish there was like a sentry I could use in this build. I would really tie it together. And it just fucking struck me like lightning that there's a whole ass Gatling sentry in the game. But anyway, I have it now. It's here. I'm going to use it immediately. Because it is pretty good. And it is a Gatling. Okay, please fire. I have no idea how I forgot about it. I even use the Gatling sentry like pretty frequently. I think it's a pretty good stratagem, even though I like the MG sentry better. It's just completely slipped my mind. I don't know how. But that's fine. Now it lets me do a mulligan, and hopefully play better, because I died a lot of really stupid ways. Are very avoidable on the first try. I might be too lazy to go back and re-record the build segment, so I'm sure there's going to be flame comments, or not flame comments, just being like, bro did the full Gatling build without bringing the Gatling, what is he cooking? Is he okay? Which, you know, fair. But also it's re-recording that whole segment just for one stratagem. Okay, come on. Is not worth it. I don't think it's worth it. Maybe I'm just lazy, but... And there we go, illuminated encampment cleared. So I wasn't kidding. Well, it's nice to have the rockets, but I really do wish we had mech customization at this point. I think it's been long enough since the last mech that we really should be doing another one at some point soon. This looks like an objective. Okay, start moving that way. We should be doing objective, or not objective, a mech at this point. But what I really would like is mech customization, where you can put whatever weapons you want on your mech. Because the minigun autocannon combo would go insanely hard. And I would use that all the time. That'd be really fun. But, I don't know. Mechs kind of just feel like they've been forgotten along with very many things in this game. Sad to say. I don't really have any explosives in my build except these, so actually maybe I would have been screwed if I had too many guns. Instead of, okay, nothing in there that I care about. Seek you out before you call in reinforcements. This also looks like an objective. So this might not be objective, this might just be, yeah, like a crash site area. But I don't see one over in the mountains over here either, but I'm not really... That's just a crater. Yeah, that just looks like a random crash. Okay. Pretend I didn't see these super samples, so I don't have to get out and pick them up, because I really don't need them. Yeah, this is just a random crash site. Minor point of interest, okay. That's a SAM site, though, if I've ever seen one. SAM sites are kind of hard to distinguish on the map. They have a less distinct map profile than like the Siege artilleries, because Siege artilleries are very, very obvious on the map. Siege SAM sites, you have to look a little bit harder. Well, maybe they just make less sense to me because I see them way less often. They were gone for quite a while on the squids, and honestly did not show up on the bots all that often either. But it's nice to have them back. They're an okay objective. Nothing super exciting, they missed most of their shots, but it's still nice to have. Okay, so see, the maxi gun does fine against one, especially when you can hit the heads on the back and the front like that. But it does struggle when there's a couple running you down at the same time, which is not a unlikely scenario against the squids, as I'm sure you may well be aware. See, it takes like a solid, like, I don't know, 1/8 of your mag, 1/6 of your mag to take one down. Oh, I did not hear you at all. I need to raise my game volume. Gatling sentry, please don't shoot me. I am Gatling maxing today. You should be my ally instead of my enemy. Okay, this is a good use of the mech. Well, actually, no. I'm never a fan of when I have to use the mech to fight a breach or drop or any of the reinforcement waves, just because I think when I use a mech, I call it in for a very specific purpose. Like, okay, I'm calling in this mech, I want to clear this objective, and this objective with it. And I think that's the best way to get mileage out of a mech, because really their whole shtick is extremely limited ammo. So if you waste ammo fighting like a breach reinforcement, that's less ammo you could be using progressing the mission and making progress. Just two ways of saying the same word. I don't know why I felt the need to reiterate, but that's fine. My point got across. Holy shit, I blasted that guy like 70 meters away with a minigun. Okay, that's fine. Who likes snitches anyways? Let's blast you, turn around and blast you. I might use a rocket on the last... No, he's on deep right angle. There's another one, right? Yeah, it's over here. Rocket, 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 Okay, well we got it eventually. I thought that was oh, I guess it despawns slowly, not instantly. But that is a shame that I wasted all my rockets when I immediately need them to take out these dropships or landed ships. That's fine, I can just use good old gas grenades. It's not the best way. And I hate wasting my gas grenades, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Okay, let us sweep the legs of this big crowd and just get instantly killed. That's the flaw with the maxi gun, and honestly, I don't know, maybe I like it more against the bugs than the squids. Because the bugs do a lot of like bullshit flanking. But I feel like they do slightly less bullshit flanking than the squids, because the squids, there is always a unit behind you at all times. Like, that's just a fact of life. You have to deal with it. Whatever you are doing, there's at least 4 or 5 footless running up behind you, about to smack the shit out of you. That's just how it goes. So the minigun stationary mode feels a little worse here against the bugs, even if it is bad time to stim. I don't know why I did that. Even if it is still extremely manageable, like, it does not kill the weapon, which I was really scared it would when I heard you can't move while shooting this thing at all. That had the recipe for disaster in my mind, but it ended up okay, so what more can you wish for? Kind of wish I had stayed the path and went straight for that, those ammo boxes, but there's going to be ammo boxes in other places. I don't need to risk fighting that drop. Okay, maybe I should be using the bushwhacker here. Okay, shotguns are actually pretty awful against overseers, because they spread their damage out too much on multiple different limbs. And that means it just takes way more damage than you would like to take out a overseer with any type of shotgun or spread projectile weapon. Plus, I think their ablative armor does something fucky with like the first hit that you fire against them. That's why I like automatic weapons, or just explosive plasma weapons that completely ignore all those game mechanics are the best. Okay, bushwhacker is actually not that terrible against flesh mobs, unless there's a second one just coming out of nowhere. But I do have some saved gas grenades, so I'm going to be okay. I'd rather deal with the guys in my way than the guys behind me at this juncture. Ooh, I'd rather not stand in the only spot that guy can hit me. That would be nice. Okay, endless streams of 1 to 2 faultless are such a pain in the ass. Ooh, okay, that was a little scary. Okay. I think that was the right call going for the stim, even that meant getting hit, because I think I would have got hit either way. Oh, I whiffed. That's bad. No, I don't have anything available right now. I genuinely think the thing that's holding this this build back right now is that I have the Bushwhacker instead of like the Tenderizer or oh my god, that's so many fucking overseers. Tenderizer or Talon, which would be way better at sniping snitches than the maxi gun and variable are. Okay, please lock in. Thankfully, the maxi gun is not bad against overseers if you can hit them. They're pretty small targets. Kind of wily. Well, they're like not that small, but compared to bugs, which have big ass foreheads, and bots, which are just pretty bulky across the board. Let's go for your horn. I'm of the opinion that you should always go for the horn on harvesters if you can get it safely and easily. No, I'm not gonna hit that. I really suck at hitting those. They move around so goddamn much. I'm just wasting time for, yeah, the next guy to come in. Okay, that's fine. I can just loop around and start working on the objective. Maybe I'll lean a little too hard into the gimmick with the Bushwhacker, but that's fine. I can make it work. Oh my god. Wait, how did that blow up? That was like the fastest fuse I've ever seen on a Overseer grenade. Also, horrible place to respawn. Straight on top of the squid drop. That was like an insanely fast fuse on that Overseer grenade. Maybe it was like somewhere else originally and it just like bounced there somehow. I mean, I feel like that could happen, but that's pretty unlikely. Okay, let's throw a bunch of grenades before we pick up this shipment over here. Let's snipe you out. God damn, those guys do a lot of damage. That was a one shot. I guess it probably hit me in the head due to the position I was laying in, but still, that's a lot of damage. Okay, you, if I don't lock the fuck out, I should be able to take you out pretty easily. You as well. Oh, I did not see or hear him at all. I thought that was I thought that might have been another fucking snitch that I just did not have its lights on, because sometimes they don't. I guess I'm pretty sure sometimes they don't. I feel like I've definitely seen them without their headlights, drunk driving. Okay, he's like 1. He's actually like 1. Okay, he was like 4 or 5. And now the voteless parade is going to ruin my life. No, I do not want the variable. I mean, fine, I'll take it. Okay, you were not gassed. No, he was well out of the radius of the gas. He just kind of, oh my god, not another one. Punch them in the shins, that's fine. Gas grenade. Okay, this is getting a little hectic. So even though I have included the Gatling sentry in this build, this is not going much better. Actually, I had died less at this point in the other mission, so the other mission was straight up going better than this one. Even though I think Strafing Run and Gatling Sentry are both about equally viable in this build. I don't think either is a bad pick. You know, about that, let's get him down to start just clearing out the this infuriating group of Voteless. Okay, the more I'm using the Gatling Sentry on the squids, the worse I think it is against this faction. Like, don't get me wrong, it's really good across the board because it's super flexible, but it just doesn't deal with Voteless as well as you would hope a chaff clear stratagem would. Though I guess it's not really just a chaff clear because it can also take out harvesters and overseers pretty okay. I don't know, I think I still like it more on the bugs. Which is kind of strange because everything about this says that by all logic it should be better on the squids than on the bugs. But sometimes logic is not applicable in this game. Like, I mean, that's good and everything, right? But it just feels like that's a lot of time and ammo for just like a pack of Voteless. Like a single tuft of Crisper Fire. Oh, fuck me. The Ion Storm is gonna make this really annoying. Just have to sit here. Like a single burst of Crisper Fire or a single gas grenade could have dealt with that group instantly. Or even like a single harpoon shot. So I don't know, I think the Voteless like eat up a lot of bullets before they die. Or as they're dying, and soak up shots for the Voteless behind them. Even though this thing probably does have some punching power and just penetrates at least one target, it probably does not penetrate enough to actually deal with a big group of them. Okay, so maybe I should deal with the Siege Artillery first. Oh, I did not hear you again. I keep saying I was adjusting my volume. I was adjusting my volume as he did that. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh my god. Man, here I was expecting to play a fun build where I shoot lots of bullets and just have a good time, and just no. Everything goes wrong. Okay. It's fine. Please tell me the Hell Bomb is still here. It is. That is good. Grab my backpack. I also play a lot of Helldivers today. Maybe that's why I'm just worn out. Because I was doing a lot of like testing and stuff on the other weapons and options, but I really did want to make a Gatling video because I thought this would be a fun build. And it is, it's just I'm not playing it well, so... Who knows? Okay. Okay. Yeah, see, that one had a way longer fuse than the first one. Okay, that's fine. So this, hopefully this gives me some catharsis as I can just mow down Voteless. But it's not the best angle here. Yeah, see, I feel like a lot of the bullets hit the Voteless right at the front. And do not deal with the ones in the back. And it's probably the same on the bugs, but the bugs tend to have less deep formations, if that makes sense. Like, all the bugs kind of fan out, and you can kind of just spray across them. Well, here, like, the Voteless are in, like, ranks, like, 5 or 6 deep a lot of the time. I'm not even sure it's, like, a conscious, like, behavior from the AI, or an intentional behavior from the AI, or it's just, like, that's how their body sizes work. Bugs are just naturally bigger, and also faster and more maneuverable, so they pack up less. Okay, I think gas here is going to be good. Always a Voteless behind you. Rule number 1 of the squids. Okay, let's deal with you. Yeah, see, it takes like he's still alive after that. Like, not by much, but it takes such a long time to actually kill any of those guys with the Gatling gun. With the minigun. Maxi gun, fucking whatever. That's such a stupid name for it, by the way. I know it's like stupid on purpose, but I still hate it. Let's grab some supplies and get the fuck out of here, because that's a bad place to be. It is really nice never having to reload this thing, though. I keep thinking like, oh, it's I've shot a lot of bullets. It's time to go reload it, and being pleasantly surprised when I remember I do not have to. I guess you do. I mean, it's not stationary reload because it's stationary shoot, which might be worse in some ways, but it's also better in others. I don't know. I think it's very much a side grade to the I guess in a way to the HMG and the MMG. Though the Stalwart occupies a pretty different role, in my opinion, even if they are similar on a surface level. Okay, you just came straight out of that building, and now I'm stuck and can't move. What am I stuck on? Like one voltless. Okay. Getting peppered down by that shithead over there. God, I hate artillery overseers. I don't know why the enemy artillery objective doesn't bother me at all. Like, I actually like it. I think it's fun. It creates pressure in like a big area, and you either have to suffer with the consequences of it, or you know, go and take it out. But enemy artillery units are just so annoying, and I think that's because enemy artillery units, I don't know, you only have to deal with like one artillery emplacement, like one or two usually, never more than 4 at the very least, because it's a side objective. So it feels like it doesn't outstay its welcome to be under enemy bombardment. It's like, okay, this is a problem, here's a solution, like you can go deal with it, and then it's not a problem for the rest of the mission. Compared to artillery enemies, which can spawn in like any breach, or just spawn from the ships constantly, they feel like much more of a constant pestering annoyance, rather than like, okay, this is a problem and I have a solution to deal with it. Even though there is a solution to deal with artillery enemies, it's just like hunt them down and shoot them in the face. It's not always a viable option because they often shoot you from behind cover with perfect accuracy, even though they cannot see you. Which, maybe that's why they're so annoying. But the artillery objective also does that on the bots, and I still think that doesn't bother me at all. No, I definitely think it's the limited nature of it. Maybe that's also like the crux of why Dragon Roaches and Leviathans were so annoying, is because they also spawned infinitely throughout the mission. And that just like felt bad. That's gas. I'm stopping here because I saw there were stims. I'm gonna grab the grenades while I'm here. Okay, how many of you just ran through the gas without taking any damage? A lot of you, probably. So the mech is steaming, and there were enough voltless there, unfortunately, that they could actually get in a lot of hits in and take it out. Okay, so that pit stop might have been a mistake, but that mech was on its last ropes anyway. And let's sneak straight through here. And a gas grenade right here should cover a good chunk of that intersection for me. Though, see, some voltless are just walking straight through it, completely unaffected. Okay, immediate high explosive shell. I'd like to see it. I really would like to have set up a Gatling sentry for this objective. This objective, being in every squid mission, is why I bring a sentry to almost every squid mission, because doing this solo without any cover from anybody else or any sentries is just so obnoxious. Especially when that like one individual stream of voltless starts happening, the voltless parade, and there's just constantly like 1 or 2 voltless around to just like smack you while you're trying to do your job, and you shoot them and that attracts more voltless. And the vicious cycle continues for eternity. Yeah, let's take you out. That looks like a mini nuke. That might have been smoke, but we'll see. Honestly, it doesn't really matter because it's the end of the mission. So, let's go. Horrible aim on my part. That wasn't even the ergonomics because I'm wearing peak physique. Wow, the gatling's already out of ammo? Jesus. Where did I see that mini nuke? There it is. Okay. Okay, let's deal with you. That's still not bad. I don't know. I think the HMG like legitimately has a faster time to kill on flesh mobs. It's comparable at the very least. Throwing a gas on the objective might be a little stupid, especially because again half these footless are just not even pretending like it's there. Oh, I didn't even fucking load the shells, man. I'm tired. I gotta lock in because I do not have it in me to re-record another attempt of this tonight. I mean, I guess it wouldn't be the end of the world if I just do the video tomorrow, though. Let's stick you out. Yeah, and see, this is why I like having a sentry, because, man, it's a lot of outlets. But gas grenade is a good substitute. Always good to have a gas grenade. Yeah, I've used the bushwhacker like 2 times this mission. I really regret bringing it. Because it's not even like a gatling. It's just got multiple barrels, and that's the closest thing I could get to having another gatling in that slot. But I don't think it was worth the bit, to be honest, guys. Just bring the warrant, or the talon, or the verdict. Anything that's good at dealing with snitches. And you will be absolutely fine. Even the crisper would do fine. Or, not fine, it'd do good, because it clear out big chunks of voteless very easily, which will make it easier to position yourself with the maxi gun and save ammo for it as well. Okay, flip on every single rock there's ever been, get the car stuck, and have reinforcements called in. Oh, I'm out of out of gas grenades. Okay, that's fine. A good choke point. Hopefully this lets me get out some of these voteless. Please, round the corner. Thank you. Yeah, since you're standing still, you can't like really reposition away from crawling voteless. So it's not as good to shoot them in the leg as it typically is. Even it's still probably the most ammo efficient way to actually kill them if they're at range. Gatling sentry, where the fuck did you bounce to? Because you did not. Are you kidding? That's like barely elevated. What do you mean the orb bounce? Okay. That also did not look like that should have been in range. That headshot me, I dove into it. Well, I guess he's drawing attention away from me. We've already called in the breach, right? No, we have not. I would really like to stop that. I couldn't because my aim was bad. Boatless have got to fuck off, please. You gotta get taken out, like now. I hate fucking artillery overseers so much. It's unreal. One of my like top 5 least favorite enemies. Okay, the nuke should do some good work for me, ideally. Seems like it did. I don't know how much of that was the Gatling barrage. Oh, you were just jump scaring me. You're not actually alive. Okay. Okay, I still have a high explosive. Okay, you have just need to just disappear. I'm hoping that gets him because I need to run and get more stims. Use up my gas grenades. course he survives that. Okay, oh, there was a... Of course there's a guy behind me. So yeah, that's the problem with the maxi gun is you really need to know when to stop shooting and when to start repositioning on this front. And that's not a trivial skill to master. Because it is very... Okay. You gotta stop. Why is he moonwalking on me now? That's it. I'm gonna ineffectually shoot you with the bushwhackers 17 times before you die. Even though that should have done like, oh, well over 1,000 damage. That's the crux of it. Damage applied inefficiently in this game might as well just not be fired 90% of the time. And I like it in some parts because it means weak points really matter, and it's also really annoying in some other parts. Because like damage to the main health pool for some enemies just doesn't matter. Like you can shoot a Bile Titan in the side or in the undersack like a bunch with a gun and do a ton of damage to its main HP, and it just doesn't matter because somebody just comes around and one taps it with the Quasar on the head, you know? And like they're still right to do that. They're not like sealing the kill. That's just objectively the best way to kill a Bile Titan is just one tap them to the head. So all the other damage you did against them was wasted. And it's like, in a nutshell, that's what Overseers are. Because unless all the damage goes to the same part, it just gets spread around and doesn't actually contribute to killing them all that much. Because like the difference in between killing a Overseer inefficiently between shooting all its limbs and killing it in one limb is the same as like headshotting a Bile Titan compared to shooting it everywhere else. But I'm rambling, I'm gonna leave. I think I did every objective anyway, but that's it for the build. Now, I play that like shit, but I think it's a very fun build and I do recommend it. However, caveat, absolutely 1000% swap out the Bushwhacker for a better sidearm. Because the Bushwhacker's not bad, but it's just not, it's not what you need in this build. And it's not what you need against the squids either. Like on paper, having a quick, easy source of stagger to push away enemies that get too close to you when you're shooting the minigun wouldn't be bad, but in practice it's just not useful. I barely used it, and I would have had a much easier time with the Warrant or the Talon or the Verdict, anything that's good against snitches and far away precision targets in general. But the minigun's really good against the squids. I definitely think that it is more of a team weapon on this faction because you do need to have a cover or somebody to cover you from enemies, and sentries can only go so far in terms of protecting you because they're, you know, only available every so often. They're not available all the time. But still, it's definitely usable in solos. And the variable's just good. I've used it before. I quite like it against this faction. But anyway, 14,000 shots fired almost. That's pretty good. I'm happy with that. Hopefully once they add if they add a Gatling primary, then we'll be really cooking, but they probably won't. It was already difficult enough to get a Gatling like support weapon. A Gatling primary is probably not in the cards, at least not for a while. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope I didn't play too poorly and I wasn't too out of it, but that's it for the video, and I will see you guys in the next one.